So, my dear students, today we are going to start with the gaseous state. And this gaseous state, it is important part in the physical chemistry part. And this is includes in the states of the matter. So, in the previous session, I told you about the solid state, liquid state, and the next one, which is gaseous state. So, this is also very, very simple and very, very small chapter. It can easily understood by everyone here. So, the gaseous state here. So, let us start with this gaseous state here. So, what is gaseous state here? So, in this particular lecture, we will discuss all these things here. So, one is gas laws, different gaseous laws are there. Those laws we have to discuss here. And real gases, ideal gases, and deviation of real gases with the ideal behavior, and the van der Waals equation, and the Andrews isotherm of CO2, and the relationship between the van der Waals constant and the critical constant, and the law of corresponding states, and the Joule-Thomson effect, and the liquefaction of gases here. So these things you have to understood in this particular gaseous state. So this is the content of this particular chapter here. Now we will start with the introduction of this gaseous state here. So what is gas? So everyone you know that particularly a gas. So it includes the state of matter here. So you know the states of matter here. States of matter here. So what are the states of matter here? So generally we will have this three types. So what are the major three types? One is solid state, and another one which is liquid state, and the next one which is gaseous state. So in the previous session I told you about the solid state, liquid state, and the gaseous state. So you can see those lectures first, then you can easily understand this. So solid state, liquid state, and gaseous phase. So these three different phases are very, very important thing here. And the solid phase. So I will tell you one thing, the major difference between the solid phase, liquid phase, and a gaseous phase. So every molecule will have two types of nature here. So generally there may be a nature of attractive force. So every molecule will have the attraction forces. So every molecule will have some attraction forces and also repulsive forces and also repulsive forces. So you need to understand these two things here. So there may be attractive forces and there may be a repulsive forces. So if it is more repulsive forces are there, then the molecule will escape easily here. So in a solid, liquid, gas. So you know that in a particular solid, the attraction forces are very high. Attraction forces are very high. So why? What is the reason? So it is a rigid solid means like you can take the chair, human body. So you can take the pen or pencil. Everything is a solid. So the solid is a very rigid body. It is having more attraction forces in those molecules here. In case of the liquid and gas, so it is somewhat lesser here. So the attraction forces, it is decreased from solid to gaseous state. And if you take the repulsive forces, the escaping tendency will more in case of the gaseous state. So I will tell you simply the difference like this. So if it is attractive forces are greater than repulsive forces, then you will get the solid phase. Then you will get the solid phase. Or let us say if these attractive forces are exactly equal with the repulsive forces, then you will get the liquid phase. Then you will get the liquid phase. And the third one, if these attractive forces are less than the repulsive forces, then you will get the gaseous phase here. So very simple cost difference, you can easily understand this. అట్రాక్షన్ ఫోర్సెస్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటే అన్ని ఒక దగ్గరకు వచ్చి సాలిడ్ వచ్చేస్తాయి. రెండు ఈక్వల్ గా ఉంటే లిక్విడ్ స్టేట్ వస్తుంది. లేదా రిపల్సివ్ ఫోర్సెస్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటే యూ విల్ గెట్ ద గ్యాసియస్ ఫేస్ హియర్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద జనరల్ డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ద సాలిడ్, లిక్విడ్ అండ్ గ్యాస్. So I already completed the solid state, liquid state in the previous session. So you can see first those and then you will see the gaseous state here. So let us start with this gaseous state here. So gaseous state, so in this particular gaseous state, we have to discuss the gas laws first. Gas laws. So there are actually four laws are there. In your syllabus, you are having three laws majorly. Those three laws you have to understand here. So what are the laws here? So one is Boyle's law, Boyle's law, and the second one which is Charles law, Charles law, and the next one which is Avogadro law, Avogadro, Avogadro law, and the last one which is Gay-Lussac law. So these are the actually four laws which are very important. These are called gaseous laws. So you know what is Boyle's law? V is directly proportional to 1 by P or inversely proportional to P. and the Charles law, which is V is directly proportional to T, temperature, and Avogadro law, V is directly proportional to N, and Gay-Lussac law, this is P is directly proportional to T. So these are the four laws, very simple laws here. So you can easily understand them. So from the Boyle's law, Charles law, Avogadro's law, and the Gay-Lussac law. So these four are very important thing here. So I will tell you exactly one by Boyle's law, Charles law, Avogadro law, and the Gay-Lussac law. So let us start with the Boyle's law here. So let us see with the Boyle's law. So Boyle's law, it is nothing but the volume is inversely proportional to pressure, and the Charles law, which is volume is directly proportional to temperature, and Avogadro law, which is volume is directly proportional to number of moles of gas, and the Gay-Lussac law, which is P is directly related with the temperature here. So let us start with the Boyle's law here. So Boyle's law, what is Boyle's law here? So what is Boyle's law here? So I will tell you one thing here. Before this gaseous laws, you have to understand these things. So every gas we can measure every particular gas we can measure the particular parameters like mass, volume, and mass, volume, and we can measure the temperature of the gas. We can measure the temperature of the gas, and you can calculate the pressure of the gas. So we can also measure the density of the gas, and you can see the number of moles. So generally these are called measurable parameters here. So you know that particularly gas, we can measure a mass of a gas. You can take the cylinder. If you take the gas cylinder, so gas cylinder, let us say it is an empty cylinder. So empty cylinder will weigh lesser than the whatever the full volume cylinder here. సో మీకు గమనిస్తే సిలిండర్ వచ్చేసరికి ఒక 14 kgs ఉంటుంది. సో లైక్ అదే మెజర్ చేసిన తర్వాత, సో నాట్ 14 kgs, let us say it is somewhat like 6 to 7 kgs, like let us say it is 8 kgs like this. It is say, let us say it is empty cylinder here. So after a gas filling here, after filling of the gas, you will, let us say it is 14 kgs. Some gas cylinders will have the 17 kgs like this. So that means the gas, we can measure the mass here. So if you subtract from here, so let us see it is A and this is B. If you subtract B from A, you will get the mass of the gas here. So this is the mass. So we can measure the mass and we can measure the volume. So generally the volume of the gas, nothing but the container volume, the liter. If we can measure with the volume with the liters, the units will be liters, and we can measure the temperature. Mostly the temperature is measured in kelvins only. So kelvins, remember this. And pressure can be measured with atmospheric pressure, and density is nothing but again mass by volume here. So these are the different measurable parameters for the gaseous state here. And the number of moles, you know that it is N. And if you take the concentration, nothing but number of moles by volume of whatever the volume of solution here. So concentration of a particular gas, which is nothing but the number of moles of gas by volume of solution here. So the concentration which is equal to N by V, where N is equal to number of mole. So this number of moles also we can measure like mass by molecular weight. So mass by or weight by molecular weight, you will get the number of moles here. So like this, these are the measurable parameters for the gaseous state here. So now let us start with the gaseous laws. So first the gaseous law, which is very important law, that is Boyle's law. So what is Boyle's law here? So I will tell you one thing very simple. So what is particularly this Boyle's law? So Boyle's law, nothing but, so let us say we have to see this particularly gas laws by varying pressure, volume, and temperature. These three are very important here. So I will take a gas with a mass is fixed mass is fixed, and then mass is fixed, and I will take particularly the varies pressure, value, and the temperature. Pressure ni, value ni, temperature ni మారుస్తున్నాను, మాస్ మాత్రం ఫిక్స్డ్ చేస్తున్నాను. అండ్ ఎందుకంటే నంబర్ ఆఫ్ మోల్స్ కూడా ఫిక్స్డ్. సో మార్చేది ఏంటి అంటే ప్రెషర్, వాల్యూమ్, అండ్ ద టెంపరేచర్. అండ్ by varying these three, you will get the Boyle's law, Charles law, Avogadro's law, and the Gay-Lussac law. So let us start with this first one, that is Boyle's law here. Boyle's law. So in case of the Boyle's law, so very simple. So at a fixed mass, so already mass and number of moles and the constant. So now what we have to do? Very simple. V is inversely relation with the pressure at a constant temperature. At constant temperature. This is very important thing here. So V is nothing but the volume of the gas. P is nothing but pressure of a gas here. So here at a constant temperature here. So for a fixed mass, ఒక సర్టెన్ గ్యాస్ తీసుకున్నాను, ఎంతో కొంత మాస్ ఉన్న గ్యాస్ తీసుకున్నాను. At a constant temperature, the volume is simply inversely relation with the pressure here. So if you draw the graph, so I will write the graph here. See here. So let us say we are plotting a graph like this, and I will take here. Uh, Let us say it is a pressure, and here I will take 1 by V. So whatever you can take pressure or volume. So I will take 1 by V, and now let us say here P and V. So see here, you will get the graph. So first of all, you can see the graph here. So what is the graph here? Pressure is, so you can also write here that is, so here V is inverse relation with the P. I can write this is as P is inverse relation with the V. There is no difference here. So if you exchange this V and P, you will get this equation here. So P is inversely relation with the 1 by V. So that means you will get the graph actually here. So here P is directly relation with the 1 by V. P is directly relation. 1 by V అంటున్నా కాబట్టి directly relation రాయాలి. So P is inversely relation with the value అనాలి. P is directly relation with the 1 by V అనాలి. So ఇక్కడ సెకండ్ కేసు తీసుకుంటే V is directly relation with the 1 by P అనాలి. V is inversely relation with the P అనాలి. So if you draw the graph versus P versus 1 by P, అంటే ఫస్ట్ దాని గ్రాఫ్ గీసినాం అనుకోండి, so you definitely will get the straight line like this. So you will get the straight line like this. So this is the graph here. So let us say if it is PV, P కి 1 by V కి రాశాను, అలా కాకుండా PV కే రాస్తున్నాను. అంటే PV కి రాస్తే దే ఆర్ ఇన్వర్స్లీ రిలేషన్ విత్ ఈచ్ అదర్. సో అప్పుడు గ్రాఫ్ అనేది ఇలా రాదన్నమాట. సో గ్రాఫ్ అనేది ఎలా వస్తుంది మరి? So you will have the graph like this. You will get the graph like this. So this is the inversely relation graph, and this is the generally directly relation graph here. So this is the Boyle's law here. Remember this, V is directly relation with the 1 by P, or V is inversely relation with the pressure at constant temperature for a fixed mass here. So this is very simple. And once again I am telling you, Boyle's law, V is directly relation with the 1 by P. And you can write here this is, so I will write like this. V is directly relation with the 1 by P, and even I can write here this is P is directly relation with the 1 by P, 1 by V. There is no difference here. If you take V into P, then you will get 1, that is constant here. Or you can write here different equations you have to understand here. So I will write here, let us say I will take a constant here. So see, let us see, I will use a constant that is V is equal to K into P. So here this PV, sorry, this is not K into P, this is K by P, because K is a constant here. So if you multiply this V into P, you will get this K. So very simple, if you write, you can write P1, V1 P1 is equal to V2 P2. So you can write like this. So here also you can write the same thing here. So V is equal to K by P. You can also write this like this. P is equal to K by V. Both are same. There is no difference here. That is PV is equal to K. And here you can write P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So this is a Boyle's law you have to understand with the graph also. Let us see the next graph. Let us see the next to law here. So next let us see the Charles law here. Charles law. So what is Charles law here? So particularly the Charles law. So let us see this Charles law. So 1 minute. Okay. Charles law here. So what is Charles law? So very simple. V is directly relation with the temperature here at a constant pressure. At a constant pressure for a fixed mass again for fixed mass. So see here, V is directly related with the temperature here. So V is directly related with the temperature, and I can write this as like this. So I will write like this. V is equal to K into T. I will take a constant here. And I can write here that is V by T is equal to K. I can write this is as V1 T1 is equal to V2 by T2. Like this, these are the different relations from this particular law here. So this is like this. So if you plot the graph for this, so you can draw the graph like this. So what you can get the graph like this. So you will get the graph. V is directly related with the T. So you will get the line like this. And here let us say it is a V and it is a temperature and it is a V and the slope which is K. So see here V is equal to KT. So this is nothing but Y is equal to mx. So this is Y and this is M slope and this is X. You will get the graph like this. So let us write this is the Charles law here. So if you apply logarithm for this V is equal to KT, what you will get here? So let us write here. So I will apply logarithm for this. So let us apply logarithm for this. So you will get the log V which is equal to log K plus log T here. So log V is equal to log K plus log T here. So again if you write this is Y and this okay log K this is nothing but this is C and this is M and this is X. So if you take the graph like this, so మనం graph గీస్తే ఎలా గీస్తామంటే so let us draw the graph for this. Then I will take here on y-axis. I will take here that is log V. This is on y-axis and x-axis I will take log T and this is y-axis. And if you plot the graph, so V is equal to KT. So here the graph like this mx plus c. So you will get the line like this. Sorry, this is not line. Mx plus c. So you will get the line like this. So here you have to understand these things here. So this is c, nothing but the constant which is log k, and this is a slope which is 1 here. So 1 into mx plus c. The slope which is 1 here. 1 into x nothing but log t. So you will get the graph like this. So this is the Charles law here. So this is also important thing here. Now let us see the next law which is Avogadro law. Avogadro law. So what is Avogadro law? Very simple. V is directly relation with the n. V is directly relation with the n. So I will tell you once again this. So you have to understand these things very clearly here. So I will tell you one thing here for the Avogadro law. So that is under similar conditions of temperature and pressure equal volume of gases contain equal number of moles here. So let us see here molecules. So see here you can easily understand here. So let us say 50 ml of O2 here. Let us say 50 ml of carbon dioxide and 50 ml of nitrogen gas. So observe these things here. So one is 50 ml of O2, 50 ml of CO2 and the 50 ml of N2 here. And we will apply similar conditions. So let us say it is a 25 degrees Celsius temperature and the pressure which is 1 atmospheric pressure for all the three different gases here. 50 ml. So O2, 50 ml CO2, 50 ml N2. And you can see the number of moles here. So the number of moles exactly the similar for 50 ml. So let us say the number of moles of this particular O2 gas, that is X, and here also number of moles will be X, and here also number of moles will be X here. So let us say if it is 100 ml of O2 is there, 100 ml of CO2 is there, then you will get the number of moles, that is 2 into X here. So like this, very simple. This particular Avogadro law, what he actually explained. So he told that equal. So at similar conditions of temperature and pressure. So similar conditions of temperature and pressure. Now what is actually equal here? The number of moles are equal here. If you increase the volume here, so if you increase from 50 to 100, you will get the number of moles also, it increases from X to 2X here. So once again I will tell you one thing here. So let us see here, X is particularly, it is the number of moles here. So this X is particularly number of moles. This is the number of moles here. So this number of moles, this is equal to X. So that is for the 50 ml. So if you increase the value up to 100 ml, then the number of moles will be increased. So the double increase in it will double increase, you will get the 2X like this. So simply, very simple, V is directly proportional to number of moles of the gas is C, number of moles of the gas. So this is the Avogadro law. And the last one, which is Gay-Lussac law. Gay-Lussac law. So what is this law? So this law is very simple. As simply P is directly relation with the temperature at a constant value here. At a constant value. Like this. So if you draw again the graph like this, so you will get the curve like this. So again, this is the P and this is the T here. So like this is the Gay-Lussac law. So let us see all the 4 laws at a time here. So I will once again I will tell you all those 4 laws here. So let us see the first law. What is Boyle's law? Boyle's law. What is this Boyle's law? V is directly proportional to 1 by P, or inverse relation with the pressure. Next, Charles law. So Charles law. So this is V is directly proportional to temperature. And the next one, which is Avogadro law. Avogadro law. So he told that V is directly proportional to number of moles of the gas. And the Gay-Lussac law, he told that simply P is directly relation with the temperature. So observe here. So by using these 4 relations, you can write one equation, that is PV is equal to nRT. This is one of the famous equation, which is very, very important equation. PV is equal to nRT. So this PV is equal to nRT, it is nothing but it is the ideal gas equation here. Ideal gas equation here. This is very, very important here. So how you will get this particular equation? By using these 4 laws here. So let us check once again all these things here. So let us see here, P is there. So let us see first from the Boyle's law. So let us see first, V is inverse relation with the P. So if you move this P into right side, then you will get the P from the right side here. So I will write once again that relation here. So let us write V is equal to, I can write this is nRT by P. So you can write like this. So if you move this P into right side, you will get this equation. So that means you can see if all these are constant, then V is directly relation with the pressure here. So let us say the number of moles, let us say it is 1 mole of gas, and R is a gas constant here. So R is a gas constant. I will tell you the constant value here. But you have to understand one thing, that is V is inverse relation with the pressure here. So 1 minute. So it is okay. So see here. So see this relation here, that is PV is equal to nRT here. So this equation is very, very important thing here. So that if you can prove this, so by using all these 4 laws, you will get this particular equation here. That is P, see here, P and V are in the left side here. So if you take this P into right side, you will get P with the denominator. So then you can see, you can easily prove that it is a Boyle's law here. So it is a Boyle's law here. So I can write here again. So let us say V is equal to nRT by P. So if you take all these constant, then you will get V is inversely relation with the P. This is a Boyle's law here. Now let us say if it is Charles law. So if it is a Charles law, that is V is directly relation with the temperature here. So that is V is equal to nRT by P. So if you take these three are the constant, then you will get V is directly relation with the temperature here. That is the Charles law here. And the next one, which is after that, Avogadro law. So the Avogadro law is, it is nothing but V is nRT by P. So again, so if you take the constant value of R, T and P, then V is directly related with the N. That is the Avogadro law. And finally, which is Gay-Lussac law. So this particularly Gay-Lussac law, this is also very similar, as P is directly related with the temperature here. So that means P is equal to nRT by V. So if you take the constants of these things here, then you will get this equation here. So this is the gaseous Gay-Lussac law. All these four laws are called gaseous laws here. So once again I will tell you those laws also. But these particularly the equation, finally you will get the equation, that is PV is equal to nRT. Very simple. This equation you have to understand this. And by this equation, so you have to understand these things. That is P is equal to pressure. P is nothing but pressure of gas. And V is nothing but it is the volume of the gas. It is the volume of gas. And the next one, which is N is equal to number of moles. And next T is equal to temperature of gas. Temperature of gas. So general, you can, now let us see R. R is nothing but it is a gas constant here. And the mostly the units for the pressure. So generally the units will be like this. So most of the cases the pressure will be considered as a ATM, atmospheric pressure, volume will be liters, and the number of moles will be moles, and the temperature will be kelvins. And what is the R value here? So what is the particularly R value here? So the value of R, which is completely different with different units here. So I will write the value of these things here. So let us say this R is equal to 0.0821. So this is ATM, atmospheric liters per mole kelvins here. So this is one unit. And you can see the another one, which is 8.314. This is joule per mole Kelvin. Joule per mole Kelvin. And you can say, you can write this is 2 calories per mole Kelvin here. So this is the gas constant units also. You have to remember this gas constant value also. Most of the cases we will use only these 3 units. If this particularly, if it is calories, then you have to use 2 calories here. Actually, this is not 2 calories. Actually, it is 1.989 something like this. But it is approximately it is equal to 2 calories here. So 2 calories per mole Kelvin or 8.314 joule per mole Kelvin or 0.0821 atmospheric liters per mole Kelvin. This is the value of this R. This is the constant value, and this equation particularly, which is called ideal gas equation here. So what is ideal gas, real gas? I will tell you in the next session. But you have to understand this equation here. So this particular equation, it can be obtained by the 4 gaseous laws here. So whatever the gas laws, that is P is equal to nRT. So this law is called ideal gas equation here. Ideal gas equation here. And this equation is obtained from the 4 laws, that is Boyle's law, Charles law, and Avogadro law, and the next one Gay-Lussac law. You need to understand these 4 laws. If Boyle's law means V is inversely relation with the pressure, Charles law means V is directly relation with the temperature, Avogadro law, V is directly proportional to N, that is number of moles, and the Gay-Lussac law, this is P is directly relation with the temperature. So these 4 laws you have to understand here. By those laws, we will get this particular equation, that is called ideal gas equation. What is ideal gas? What is non-ideal gas? That I will tell you in the next session. Okay.